welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of the Spiritual Catalyst podcast, where we talk about all things weird and woo. I am your host, Sarah Lyons, the founder of the newearthschool.com.au, and today we have the beautiful Olive with us to talk about our divine design for cosmic consciousness, an Andromedan perspective. Now, Olive is a spiritual coach specializing in multidimensional consciousness and energy and shamanic energy medicine. As a cosmic soul, she is a blueprinter and an augur. She has always been called to help other cosmic beings incarnated on earth. She is of the Seraphim and Oraphim lineages, manifest in earthly density through a diviner family archangel archetype known on earth as Azrael. Ashrael. Her embodiment lineage is Andromedan. Olive, welcome. I cannot wait to talk about this today.
Thank you very much, Sarah. The honor is mine. I'm so grateful for this beacon of light that you uphold for the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Olive. I am super excited. You know, this podcast is all about the weird and woo. And for those earthly fellows who maybe haven't quite tapped into those multi-dimensional realms as yet, this might be really woo. I love it. I love that you are bringing these beautiful galactic consciousnesses into this space and place. And I'd love to hear your perspective on what we're talking about today, our divine design for cosmic consciousness.
Thank you, Sarah. So our divine design for cosmic consciousness has actually always existed, even for those of us who resonate more with being an earth soul, an earth angel, or someone more elemental in nature. The whole invitation here in this Earth Mystery School that we currently enjoy is actually to evolve back into the levels of consciousness that we emanate from, which are not necessarily physical in form. So by design, we are each meant to evolve back to that. Although as a cosmic consciousness journey, it can take several lifetimes. And so that's why in a particular lifetime, we may specialize with just one thing, but in fact, we actually are working on that project, if you will, or that journey, accumulating wisdom along the way using specific sets of variables. So that's how we are meant to evolve, to grow back into the unified consciousness of love that we all are.
Beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm just writing down notes because I don't want to miss any beautiful questions that might come through. Usually I tap into the to the followers, the audience's possible questions. And I'm thinking there's a couple of things that might be coming through here. One of them is, and we'll just go one at a time. So the first one is, you know, you're speaking about these several lifetimes. Is there an end goal for these lifetimes?
Yes, actually there is, depending on the soul blueprint, the specialization of each soul, and then each soul family or soul group. And then there are also specializations at the larger aggregated levels of consciousness that we know on earth as oversouls and monads. So yes, there is an end goal. Some lifetimes, for example, for one soul can involve just the theme of self-love, or another may focus only on power and the different configurations of power dynamics that we can experience here on earth. So yes, there is an end goal to blossom into the fullness of our expression of balanced, harmonious, aligned, soul aligned power, for example, or soul aligned love. And we can do that through different lifetimes in order to just see the whole spectrum of experience and learn from all of it.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, I feel that. And when you speak of specialized souls and soul groups, are you speaking about like lineage groups or gifts and abilities? What sort of specialized souls?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Sarah. Actually, yes, I refer to both kinds and other kinds as well. Some some soul groups are specialized in terms of gifts around these themes of love, for example. So these are usually the ones devoted to sacred service, experiencing it as the receiver or the giver. And some are lineages, entire bloodlines, genetic bloodlines, or uh, racial groups or ethnic groups, for example, ethnicities that focus on these kinds of experiences. And see, the beauty of the Earth Mystery School is that souls can actually start putting together those different variables, thereby expanding the whole range of experience that one can possibly have. So, yes, there are others that are simply devoted to uh, this particular experience, this one experience. Some have chosen to jump back into the Earth Mystery School so often that they may decide, okay, I've gotten this spectrum, full spectrum experience. Let's just zero in on the experience of forgiveness, let's say, under the banner of love. So it's all about forgiveness. So some of those lifetimes may be solely focused on the experience of forgiveness as part of that ongoing theme of specializing in the expansion back into love. So there are actually many kinds of variables or sets of focus for our souls.
So many, so many. And I'd love to hear the Andromedan perspective of all of this. They obviously, you are very connected with these beautiful beings.
Yes. So the Andromedan perspective is actually that of the amazed, a compassionate observer, seeing all of this evolution, all of this blossoming, all of this expansion at work. We are invested emotionally, if you will, in this Earth Mystery School because a few of us are here embodied. Many souls have here on Earth have had training in Andromeda, so there is that love connection that already exists, even when some of those souls here don't necessarily identify as Andromedan. But let me go back to our divine design as Andromedans. We are here as observers, supporters, nurturers of that which is flourishing and blossoming. So, as far as possible, we observe and then only, I would not say help directly because that's impinging on free will. Uh, there are actually more than 28 kinds of species in Andromeda, in the Andromeda galaxy. So some of them, some of our brethren, have this almost clinical or scientific curiosity about what is happening here on Earth. So by divine design, those kinds of Andromedans are interested in the expansion of consciousness and the achievements of our human experience. On the other hand, we have others more devoted to love and support and care. And so some of us spend time in our temples in our different star systems, just transmitting pure love.
Yeah.
Pure knowing that all is well ultimately and that we are blossoming together as a humanity collective here on earth. And then there are others who are nudged, if you will, to put ourselves out there and to seed ideas of love or freedom or sovereignty, for example. So even by divine design, Andromedan perspectives come in a spectrum too, Sarah, because this Earth Mystery School is, even if it is designed for human embodiment, our participation, whether direct or indirect, also is an avenue for our blossoming. So however we are, each race, each species is inspired, divinely guided to participate in the Earth Mystery School. It is also all opportunities for expansion into more love.
Beautiful. This message just feels so pure, Olive. I'm really enjoying just listening to you, and I'm wondering what your personal perspective or higher perspective is on the suffering that is going on. You know, a lot of us are here to walk each other home, to help in this beautiful ascension period. And in my opinion, we need tangible things such as money and material forms of success in order to live. In order to live.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just and there's a great divide on this, and I personally feel yes, life is not about money. It's not just about money. There is such a deepness to why we're here, but we need all forms of wealth in order to live, to fulfill our missions, and to live beautiful, happy lives too. So just seeing what your perspective is on that.
Absolutely. We are in alignment with that, Sarah. In fact, that embrace, that receptivity to money, that openness, that embrace of money as a form of love, a form of love we self-sustain and then which we co-create with the material reality, the earthly realms. That is one of the highest expressions of love. And in fact, it is not so much love if we choose, let's say, consciously to reject that love, that great love. See, love is all about this flow. And when we block that flow, then we are not necessarily in the highest expression of love. So that to me is very crucial for us to understand here, especially because we are now co-creating these new earth realities and new earth structures, the new earth foundations. And that's one of the most pivotal shifts that could possibly happen for us to recognize that we are meant to circulate that great flow of love in all its forms, especially the material. Otherwise, we will not be able to shift this material reality into the higher spectrums of its expression. Mother Earth has her bounty, and she has all this immense love for all of us. And for us to say, I'm not having any of it, especially money, just because it has been experienced in a specific way. Well, that is to just say, I'm closing the door to that form of love. How can we then blossom as love if we are saying no to one form of love just because it has been experienced in a particular way?
Just perfection. Just beautiful. Exactly what you said. I feel all of that. I teach my audience a lot on it. It's all not exactly the same energy, but it's all connected, and receiving is receiving. So if we are open to receiving love, we're open to receiving abundance and money and health and wealth and all forms of love. And if we have those heart walls up or that inverted, constricted energy, we not only block love and support, but we block those higher levels of wealth too. So I love how you express that so beautifully.
Thank you. And thank you also, Sarah. We must express gratitude for how you're championing that divine feminine frequency of alignment to wealth, because our true divine nature by design is wealth in all levels, in all realms, in all dimensional expressions of ourselves. So thank you for championing our true wealth, our inner wealth and outer wealth.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Beautiful. I am just truly enjoying being in your beautiful energy, Olive. There is so much more than your beautiful human sitting in front of me right now, and I can feel that. And I hope too that the audience can feel these beautiful frequencies of you. And I'd love to hear, what do your people come to you for? Have you noticed, is there a theme that they come to you specifically for, or are they all kinds of things that they come to you for.
Yes, absolutely. I am very honored and privileged to support all levels of awareness in my clients' challenges. But more and more now, Sarah, I have seen that those I work with are already synthesizing their higher consciousness into a form of abundance and prosperity that they can share with the world in the form of a healing practice, a healing modality, their own divinely channeled, divinely inspired healing modality, or a divine synthesis of many different systems to collapse, let's say, the experience of linear time in renewing or reclaiming health, for example, their own coaching system, their own business. So more and more, I am coming to support all of these amazing, magical beings ready for that level of their wealth demonstrated and shared with the world.
Beautiful. I love that. So needed, a beautiful mission.
Yes. Let me just share the one more thing, Sarah. I specialize in the bioenergetic upgrades that facilitate that. I mean, there are many amazing coaches like you helping them birth these systems, right? Birthing their practice, especially from a business perspective. My specialization, complementary to that, is the bioenergetic upgrades that they require in order to step into their power, especially from their energetic core. Now, as you have shared with us, there are many blockages, filters to our expression of our divine gifts in our bodies. So my work is helping because I have this gift as a blueprinter of just knowing all the different blueprints through the different dimensions and densities and stations of identity that each person has. So while some of our amazing coaches and healers and new earth teachers and leaders are focused on the earth side expression of it, which is of course the must develop delivery system, right? And interaction with the world. Before that happens, sometimes there is an upgrade to their bioenergetic anatomy, their mind, their brain, their nervous system. That has to happen first so they can fully step into their power. So that's how I'm contributing to the great cause of supporting our sovereignty and our expression of our divine selves.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that so much, Olive. And for our beautiful listeners who are wondering how can they find out more about you and your gorgeous services, where can they find you?
Thank you very much, Sarah. I'm opening my calendar to free power strategy sessions actually on mypowermap.com. That's where they can find me, mypowermap.com. And in each 15-minute strategy I'm gifting to those who find me, I zero in on divine design and what they may need to unlock their next steps to their greatness, to their destiny, to their divine gifts. And that can include, of course, referral to the right teachers, the right systems, the right forms of support. So I am blessed to be able to offer that on mypowermap.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I will make sure that we pop that link and any other of Olive's links under the episode details here. Olive, thank you so much for coming and sharing your beautiful message with us today.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you once again for the amazing temple that you are hosting and championing, and of course, nourishing. We are so blessed by the great love that you are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. And thank you to our beautiful listeners for hanging out with us again today. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us a review and following us for more Spiritual Catalyst episodes in the future. Talk to you next time. Bye.